Montana State University Billings. Today's GNAC matchup features the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves versus your own MSU Yellow Jackets. Today, our MSU teams wear red handprints in honor of all the sisters, mothers, and daughters that have been taken from their families. We pay tribute to these missing and murdered Indigenous women and hope to raise awareness so that there may be no more stolen sisters. Fans, please join us during halftime of today's second game for a remembrance walk honoring all of those that have gone missing. And now at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag as we honor America in the playing of the national anthem by our own Gavin Russell. Starting lineups. First for the visiting Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. 6'6" junior forward, number 5, Bishop Tosi. The 6'4" junior guard, number 21, Tyler Burleson. The 6'3" junior guard, number 23, Hassan Harrington. The 6'1" senior guard, number 30, Dylan Barrientos. And a 6'7" junior forward, number 31, Jesse Steins. Seawolves are coached by Rusty Osborne and assisted by Ryan Horton and Ryan Ingridson. And now for your MSU Yellow Jackets. 6'3" senior guard from Pro Agency, Montana, number 0, famous left hand. 6' senior guard from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Jalen Todd. A 6'5" senior guard from Livingston, Montana, number 3, Brandon Johnson. A 6'6" senior forward from Pasco, Washington, number 10, Cooper DeWitt. And a 6'7" senior forward from Hamilton, New Zealand, number 24, K.O. Robinson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alterowitz Gym. Travis Himmelstock, Logan Tracy with you for the ride this afternoon. The MSU Yellow Jackets host the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Logan, two teams struggling a bit through GNAC play. The Jackets righted the ship a bit last game. Seawolves still looking for a win here.
Yeah, both teams 3-5 in GNAC play right now. Jackets just stemmed a 5-game losing streak. Anchorage on a 4-game losing streak themselves. These are two teams with a lot of talent and high expectations, looking to get their seasons back on track here.
Starters for these two teams. For the Seawolves in black, Tyler Burriston, Bishop Tosi, Hassan Harrington, Dylan Barrientos, and Jesse Steins. And for the Jackets in white, Cale Robinson, Jalen Todd, Cooper DeWitt, famous left hand, and Brendan Johnson. Opening tip won by the Seawolves. We are underway. Tosi winning the opening tip, gets it back for Barrientos, now working it inside. And now straight away. Barrientos, bounce pass inside. Spinning, working on Robinson off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Cale Robinson. Robinson taking it himself across half court. Drops it off with Jalen Tott. Tott works around, famous left hand. He crossed 1,500 points for his career last game. Pass floated out there, a little dangerous maybe. Left hand still made it work. Robinson twisting away from the pressure. Nice feed for Johnson, but in his feet. And scooped up, taken the other way by Bishop Tosi. And now for Barrientos, coming around for Harrington, lobbing it inside. Working around near side. And all the way down to the baseline. Todd sticking with him, back to the top. Barrientos twists it out for Harrington, shooting the three with Steins. That's good. First blood for the Seawolves.
Be interesting to see how this Seawolves offense adjusts. No Sean Evans today, second leading scorer on the season for them. Picking up an injury in that last one. Certainly hope he's okay, but Steins gets him off to a great start.
Absolutely. Evans eats a lot of minutes. He's up over 27 per game. And Jalen Tott and the Jackets looking for an answer. Cooper DeWitt had a lane, lost it for the moment. Nice feed for Brendan Johnson from the foul line, in and out. Got his own rebound, swatted out of play.
Good tenacity there by Johnson to stick with that one, get his own board, but we're going to see that a lot from both of these teams. Not just that they need that win, but they're already physical ball clubs, and they're going to be physical again today.
And top for the inbound. And pass tipped, taken away.
Got to limit those turnovers if you're the Yellow Jackets. That's what killed them in a couple of games.
Tosi with great pressure on the inbound, now working outside. Barrientos has a lane, trying to get through left hand. He'll pivot it back. Shooting the three. That's good. Back-to-back trays for the Seawolves. Gets them a 6-0 lead right off the rip. Jackets still looking for that first bucket. Couple of possessions, nothing doing. Lobbing inside for Cale Robinson, coming off a fantastic performance. 26 points last time out. Double team down low, and he's fouled. That was something the Jackets did extremely well in the previous game, getting down low, getting in the paint. It's not easy. Robinson does a lot of hard work, but he got rewarded last game.
He takes a beating down there for sure.
Great feed there from Todd. The whistle is going to take away the three. And back-to-back fouls here for the Seawolves. The inbound for Robinson, coming around for Brendan Johnson. And back to the top, Jalen Tott. Tott trying to shift his way past Tosi. He'll drop it off for Robinson. Robinson backing it down, getting to the glass. It's in.
Picking up right where he left off on Thursday. He was big in the paint for the Jackets in that one. Showing like he's going to be the exact same player today.
So the Jackets find a much-needed answer on their third possession of the game. Seawolves trying to add to that lead. Hassan Harrington, nice pump fake, bounce feed for Bishop Tosi, goes out of play. And from the inbound, Jalen Tott all the way up now for famous left hand. DeWitt working around for Johnson, through for Tott. And now left hand shooting that three. That's a good spot for him. He buries it. Jackets within one.
1,510 career points now for famous left hand. Nice to see him getting that one going. Both these teams showing some spark from the outside early.
Jackets have struggled at times this season, and in those games they've not gotten the result they wanted, so this good start, that's huge.
It's definitely a short rotation for this Yellow Jacket team, so you know they've got to be hitting, especially those guys in the starting lineup. It's important that, at least a couple of them are on.
Great backside feed there for Hassan Harrington off the glass and in. Reset into a 3-point lead for the Seawolves. Jalen Tott dodging, darting, gets his way past. Works it back to the top for left hand, now for Johnson. And Robinson had some space. Foul's going to go against Barrientos.
Early second foul for Barrientos, who's a physical defender, one of the better defenders, not just on this Anchorage team, but in the conference.
Playing physical down low, I mean, you have to do it against a guy like Cale Robinson, otherwise he'll just kill you all game, but already 3 fouls, not even 5 minutes into this first half. Risk getting in bonus territory as we move along here.
And the Yellow Jackets are a pretty solid free throw shooting team. As a group, they're hitting 78% from the line this year, almost 79. So if you're letting them go to the line, they're going to punish you.
That's going to hurt. And Robinson, I mean, got to believe he'll be the beneficiary of a lot of that if this physical play continues down low. He's shooting 80%.
Yeah, just a guy who's stepped up huge this year. Crosstown transfer from Rocky Mountain College here in Billings, and he started his career, he kind of played more of that wing role, maybe some 4, but a lot of the times out here this year, the Yellow Jackets are using him as that small ball 5. Feels weird to call a 6'7" guy small, but
definitely tough to 6'7", ain't small by any stretch, except maybe in basketball terms.
Well, he looks like 7 foot when you're standing next to him, but I'm saying that at 5'8", 5'9", so.
It put us on stilts. I don't think we could stop that guy. He is a handful down low. Got to believe that's going to continue. They've shot well from outside, but they did so well in the paint last game. Got to believe that'll continue today. Back to work. Jalen Tott from the baseline lobs it in for Robinson. Nice pass there from left hand. Finds Cooper DeWitt with some space. Lost it. And coming out of the fray with it are the Seawolves. Getting ahead there is Zach Ibbotson. And now Stein's working on Tott. Coming around for Ibbotson. He'll get it back. And Stein's through for Harrington. For Tosi, looking for that backside feed down low. Harrington to the rim. Picking up the rebound there was Steins. Long feed all the way across. Great pass there from Jalen Tott for Johnson DeWitt. Little hezzy out for left hand all day to shoot. Scores.
And that's another one of those baskets that you get because of the court vision of Jalen Tott. He's an incredible scorer, but he's more than just that. He's got great court vision.
Fantastic. Nearly ripped off the pass there, did Brendan Johnson. Hassan Harrington backing it down. Back out for Tosi, coming all the way around for Ibbotson. Trying to get through Johnson. Johnson stays with him, hand in his face from the foul line. It's good.
Physical play there. Nice move by Ibbotson, kind of backing him down and then stepping back to make some space.
And Brendan Johnson from the corner. No good. Hassan Harrington on the rebound. Nice feed there for Bishop Tosi. No good. Couldn't tell if Robinson got a piece of that. And Cooper DeWitt pulls up, finds Robinson. And Jalen Tott straight away, working it left side for Brendan Johnson. Back for Tott, straight away 3. That's good. Jalen Tott, versed in the art of the deep ball, absolute assassin from outside the arc.
And him hitting from beyond the arc is exactly what the Yellow Jackets need. He's been a little cold in these last couple of games, so hopefully we're seeing him finding that shooting stroke again.
And looks like famous left hand's going to pick up the foul. Barely nearly a travel from the look of it. And the inbound for Ibbotson. Back to the top, coming around, Burriston shooting the three. It's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net there for Tyler Burriston.
Burriston's a good player, good scorer. Seawolves are going to need him to do just that today, especially feeling the absence of Evans.
And Jalen Todd going back and forth with Ferris Kasem in the game for the first time this afternoon. Robinson bounces it out for Jalen Todd. Back for Robinson, takes it in, finds Kasem for the moment through his hands. Jawan to Jalen for three. In and out. Put back on the rebound for Ferris Kasem.
Man, no quitting these Yellow Jackets. A couple of great hustle plays there. First by Jawan Tott to poke that one to his brother. And then there's Ferris Kasem picking it up and putting it in.
Seawolves back to the offense. Nice work inside. Burriston all by himself.
And keep an eye on those backdoor cuts, those screen slips. They've had a couple of those that have got them open looks.
Todd stop pop for mid-range. No good. Out of play. Seawolves had the last touch. And the inbound for Tot through Kasem. All the way down to the baseline to the rim. It's good. Jalen Tot, about 6 feet tall. He plays like he's 7 feet tall.
I think it's deceptive. He's so quick.
So quick, and he's got a vertical jump that will make you blush. Burriston for three again. Back-to-back there for Tyler Burriston. And getting up there for Cale Robinson off the glass. No good.
Fun to watch both of these teams right here. They're going up and down the court, going right at it, just unlucky. Oh,
another backside feed. All by himself was Luke Johnson. And Jackets are going to get a timeout. They've fallen down by 6. 11:49 to go first half.
It's that thing we talked about once again. You can't leave those guys on the backside. You got to make sure you're aware of the guy behind you. Jackets lose another one. Great cut and basket there by the Seawolves.
That's been the way the Seawolves established the separation. Those backdoor feeds. Jackets got to take that away.
So much is made about ball movement when you have the ball, court vision, passing, but the way these guys are moving without the ball right now has really been the difference on the other end for Anchorage.
They've been fantastic. And one thing we didn't mention on Sean Evans, I mean, he leads this Seawolves team in assists this season. He's at 88. I mean, guys are finding ways to facilitate without him. You have a couple of guys in the lineup, Bishop Tosi, Hassan Harrington in the 50s for assists, and I believe they're going to really pick up that slack here. But great passing from the Seawolves.
Yeah, it's hard to understate what a guy like Evans can do for you. Not just his scoring ability, but like you mentioned, that ability to share the ball. But one of the things that makes this Seawolves team so dangerous is they've got a lot of guys that can do that. Local fans saw that earlier this year. This Anchorage team started the season out at the D2CCA Tip-Off Classic we hosted back in early November. Feels like a lifetime ago. So much season has happened in between then, but...
And this is a team, too. I mean, we hit on the 4-game losing streak off the top. In those 4 games, those losses are coming by an average of less than 6 points per game. So they're not getting blown out. They're in all of these games, and it's just a matter of 1 or 2 plays here and there for this team, and they're looking at a completely different conference record.
Yeah, they gave those top teams in the GNAC this season so far, Northwest Nazarene at the top, Central Washington behind them, gave them a run for their money. And then they're coming off that 4-point loss to SPU on Thursday. And an absolute stinker against their rivals, losing by 2, a last-second basket. It just hurts.
Back to action, Jalen Tot shifts it up top. Cale Robinson going to shoot the 3. No good. Bit too much on that one. Rebound loose. Grabbed and held there by Johnson. On the floor for the Jackets, Cale Robinson, Jalen Todd, Jawan Todd, Ferris Kasem, and Brendan Johnson just freshly off the bench. Robinson in for Jawan Todd. Todd has a lane, drops it off. Interchange at the top between Robinson and Jalen. Now for Robinson. Todd straight away, shot clock in single digits. Jalen for Jawan, deep two, no good. Rebounds, battled for, still loose. Anchorage going to come up with it, poked out of play by Jawan Todd.
And I'm not sure, it was so close to being out, it looked like his back was almost resting on the line there, but I think he ended up keeping it above. That's John McFadden. Kind of an unlucky break there for MSUB.
A little bit. Zach Ibbotson trying everything he can to get around Jalen Todd. Jalen not giving him an inch.
Absolutely pestering him.
And working from the outside. Straight away for Sloan Lentford. The three again for Ibbotson. That one was no good.
Great defense there by Jawan Todd. The thing about him, there's no easy looks when he's guarding you. He's so good at getting up and over screens like that. Did a great job there to contest the three.
He's a guy who does a bit of everything. Does a lot of things that maybe don't show up on the stat sheet every night, but he does a lot of things that are important for this bunch. Right under the rim for Robinson. Great feed there from Cooper DeWitt.
Jackets getting a nice little backdoor look of their own there.
And now the lob inside again for Lentford. Backing it down. Putting it in. John McFadden gets the lead to 6 for the Seawolves. DeWitt coming all the way across for Jalen Todd. Now for Jawan, has a lane. Back out for DeWitt, takes a step, shoots deep two. It's good.
Nice hit there for Cooper DeWitt, who's just another one of those do-everything guys for the Jackets. He's kind of like Jawan Todd. Now he contributes. Just a bit taller, but nice to have that guy in the post.
Absolutely. Full press guy, too. You don't want to see him on the floor if you're trying to get through a full press, because odds are he's taking that ball away. Right there. A lot of contact.
Number 10, Cooper DeWitt. Son Harrington of Larientos.
And Hassan Harrington's inbound for Barrientos. Coming all the way through again. Inside for Lentford. Trying that backside pass again. Todd was stuck to Harrington on that one.
Not ideal. 2 quick fouls there for the Yellow Jackets. That's going to even up the foul count.
Anchorage, after picking up those 3 in the first 5 minutes, they've gone nearly 6 without one. And back to the top for Barrientos. Little hezzy there on the 3. Barrientos doing the same. Steps in from the foul line for 2. No good. Cooper DeWitt pulls it down. Great job to keep it in play. Cale Robinson turning and burning. Drops it off for Jalen Todd. Little hezzy shoots the 3. No good. Brendan Johnson on the rebounds. Todd, another look. That one falls.
Man, 2 good plays by both the Tots there. Excellent 3 by Jalen, but you see Jawan hitting the box out in the post. That let Brendan Johnson get that rebound and help the Jackets work the ball back around.
That's exactly one of those plays. You don't see it on the stat sheet at the end of the game, but that is a huge play from Jawan. Anchorage again, working the perimeter. McFadden, nearly taken away by Jalen Todd. Barrientos up with it instead. Down to the baseline. And Jawan Todd had hands on it too. Harrington trying to avoid the shot clock violation, heaving it.
I wasn't sure. Maybe it was over and back. Todd definitely tipped it. Couldn't tell if Harrington got a touch to it, but regardless, great defense there by the Yellow Jackets.
Fantastic, D. If you can force a shot clock violation like that, you're doing something real well on defense.
Yeah, Coach Fennelly's got to be really happy with how his guys have defended since that last timeout. Great job adjusting. They've tightened things up on the opposite end, and it's helped the offense catch some momentum as well.
Good defense leads to offense. And Todd, believe he was looking for Robinson, didn't quite find him. It worked out.
Maybe a little lucky, but as a player, sometimes you're just happy that you still got an opportunity after that one.
Sometimes you got to be lucky to be good.
Well, it is good to be lucky.
Without a doubt. So 7:54 to go. First half, Jackets trail by the slimmest of margins, 23-22. As we sit, Jalen Tott leads all players 8 points so far in the contest. Tyler Burstyn right behind him with 7. And famous left hand, 2 for 2 from deep range. He's got 6 points.
Yeah, a lot of Jackets making an impact up and down the lineup. They'll hope to see that continue. Only played their usual 7 in the rotation so far. Anchorage is at 9. You hope maybe they stay fresh throughout the game, but Anchorage definitely has the advantage in terms of depth in this one.
Certainly. I mean, there's a chance we may see Cooper Tyson or Josiah Stutz, but not until late in the game, and if there's a big differential. Certainly the Jackets have had their share of alterations to their lineup for various circumstances throughout the season, but they've responded well. Last game was really good. They're sticking around in this one. May have just found a formula that's going to work out for them.
And sometimes all you got to do is just roll with the punches, and that's definitely what the Jackets were doing over the last couple.
Cooper DeWitt, no good from deep range. Didn't get a rim on that. And they'll turn possession back to the Seawolves with 7:43 to go, first half. Dylan Barrientos marked by Jalen Tott. Working down low for Harrington, trying to spin away from Johnson. Robinson gets up to knock it down.
Great backside defense there by Cale Robinson.
Jawan Tott swings it out. DeWitt finds Jalen coming around. Jawan from the baseline, mid-range 2, no good. And Jalen able to tap it loose for the moment. Rescued there by Barrientos for the Seawolves. And now for Steins. Barrientos finds a pass. Steins again, lobbing it inside. Cale Robinson got that one.
And those are the mistakes you're looking to avoid. Both these teams are really good at taking care of the ball. Anchorage first in assist-to-turnover ratio in the conference. The Yellow Jackets third. So mistakes like that, making them pay, going to be huge for either of these teams as they try to, build up more of an advantage.
And Cale Robinson's play for Brendan Johnson. Couldn't tell if he got tripped up or just something funny down there. Bounce feed for Tosi. Getting up for that one was Tott. Good defense. Still got the bucket, though, did Tosi. Back to the three-point lead.
Good play there by number 5, who's a name we haven't said a lot, but is a big contributor for this Seawolves unit.
And DeWitt works it out for Robinson. Johnson for Tott. Tott for Johnson for 3, no good. Rebound picked up by Jesse Steins.
Yeah, Brendan Johnson's still looking for that first basket. He's been a guy whose scoring's been huge in the last couple, so kind of rare to see him sitting with none this late into the game.
Slow start for him for sure. Hassan Harrington from the foul line was no good. Getting vertical for that rebound was Johnson. Nice bounce feed for Jawan Tott, taken away there by Barrientos.
Really good steal there by Barrientos coming from behind Tott to poke that one out.
And Barrientos trying to get through Jalen Tott. Bounce feed, looking for Harrington, taken away by Jawan Tott. Up ahead, Jalen, right side. Rolls it off the fingers to the glass, no good. Johnson on the rebound. Pump fake for DeWitt, back for Johnson. Johnson has a lane, takes it, fouled. That should send him to the stripe.
Another offensive rebound there on that possession for MSUB. That makes 7 in the game so far. Just 1 for Anchorage, and the Jackets have almost doubled the Seawolves on the boards.
And Johnson no good on the first attempt. Been solid from the foul line all season, shooting 87% coming into this one.
You hope it's not just one of those days. Sometimes you're cold, but Brendan Johnson's one of those players who you trust him from the field. He can shoot his way out of the slump.
Definitely. He sinks the second one. Definitely abnormal to see him low in the points department at this point of the game. 15 points in the last outing. He's been a huge contributor at different times this season. He's risen at some critical times for them.
He's been a really fun pickup for this team. Montana product from Livingston, played his high school basketball here. Ended up at Dominican, a D2 in California, but nice to see him make his way back to finish his career.
And Bishop Tosi shooting the 3, no good. Ibbotson on the rebound, spins it out, nobody in particular. And the backcourt violation for the Seawolves. With 4:29 to go, Jackets get possession back, still down by 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Logan. The Jackets have not held a lead in this game.
That's correct. Anchorage has had the lead since the get-go, but it's been tight all the way throughout. I think a 6-point lead is our highest, but it's really been, a shot or two the whole game.
Left hand in and out from deep range. Looking for the first lead right there. It didn't stick. And Harrington lobbing it inside for Tosi again. That little give and go, looking for that backside opportunity. Famous left hand going to pick up the foul. And the inbound for Ibbotson. Coming around for Harrington through Steins. Harrington has a lane all the way to the rim. Pass tipped by DeWitt, gotten by Steins. Ibbotson shooting the 3. No good. Rebound bounced right to Tosi, up and in on the second chance.
Just right when I made that point about offensive rebounds, the Seawolves got it going. That's back-to-back offensive rebounds on the last 2 possessions that have helped them create scoring opportunities.
Those second chance opportunities will kill ya. Also, Cooper Tyson in the contest for the first time for the Jackets. Jalen Tott all the way fouled.
And nice to see Cooper Tyson get a little extended run here. A local product, Billings kid, went to Billings West. Kind of a cool story. Older brother Cade played for Rocky Mountain College across town, so a little in-family rivalry there.
Always love to see that. Product of West High School, the best high school here in Billings. That might be a controversial take.
As a local Billings High School graduate, I feel like I should rep my school a little, but there's 4 good high schools here.
You have a point. Not much changing in the scoring department as far as leaders. Tott still leads all players, 8 points in the contest. Tyler Burstyn still on 7. 17 minutes for Jalen Tott and Cale Robinson. They have not left the floor in this first half.
Yeah, easy to tell who's going to be important for the Jackets in this one when they're not touching the bench. But the MSUB is going to need both of those guys to keep doing it big, and they're going to need them to, just keep it going throughout the game, even with that short rest.
On the season, Todd leads this Jackets bunch over 32 minutes per game. He's on pace to crush that this afternoon. And Cale Robinson just over 31 per game.
Yeah, those two in famous left hand all averaging above 30, and then Brendan Johnson with 29, almost 30. We'll just round up, call it 30. So really 4 of the 5 starters on this MSUB team are playing 3/4 of the game.
Nice feed there from Tot for Robinson. Getting it back was Tot. Out for Johnson, into the lane, back for DeWitt. DeWitt steps back for 3. No good. Tyler Burrison on the rebound, gets it ahead for Zach Ibbotson.
Boy, there was a point where both of these teams were shooting over 50%, but the Yellow Jackets are now 1 for their last 8 from the field.
Cooling off a little bit. Not a promising sign as we head down the stretch of the first half, but game still tight. I would expect to see maybe the points and the paint opportunities pick up as we go. Fading back on the 2 is Steins. No good. Tipped out of play.
Tough break there for the Yellow Jackets. That ball just went off Tot. Too hard to corral, but MSUB is playing good enough defense to stay in this one. Despite Anchorage shooting over 50%, they've been really aggressive. A lot of steals, forcing some uncharacteristic turnovers.
Tyson arm in arm there with Zach Ibbotson.
Not a bad foul there for the freshman. Nice to see him not backing down.
Especially on a player like Ibbotson, he just plays so hard and he's so shifty. You can't give him an inch. And Tyson is checked out of the game. Jawan Tot in. And pass tipped there by DeWitt. Wanting the backcourt violation, didn't get it. Burst from way outside. Backboard, no rim. Looks like, yeah, we do have a shot clock violation.
Definitely close, but another great play there by the Yellow Jackets. Not a steal, but the poke, and it forced a really long look.
And Jackets back to work offensively as we tick under a minute 55 to go here in this first half. Johnson out of the lane, steps in, some contact. That should take him to that'll take him to the stripe.
Tosi was there on the defense there, maybe just a second late, but good job by Brendan Johnson to get to the line here.
An important piece, too. There's not a ton of time left, but the Jackets are in bonus territory. Could be a way to grab a couple extra points here before halftime.
Yeah, and we mentioned those early fouls that go into the line might be the difference here for MSUB, but they're just shooting their 3rd and 4th free throws here.
Absolutely. Anchorage has not been to the line yet in this game. Not many free throws to be had.
Calling it pretty even. Good job of letting the players play out there.
Johnson goes 2 for 2. 3 points now on the afternoon. And Anchorage is going to use a timeout. They have a 2-point lead, 1:48 to go, first half.
There's that defense for MSUB stepping up and making another big play. You know, that one's not going to show up on the score sheet as a steal or anything, but a great job to make them call the timeout there. The full court defense working perfectly.
And we've talked at length. I mean, Cooper DeWitt, great at taking the ball away. Jalen Tot, Jawan Tot, every one of them. We've seen take away passes. Kind of ball hawking out there a little bit for these guys.
And when you go on a 5-game losing streak like the Yellow Jackets just broke, you know, I'm sure they'd love to not go on it, but the hard thing is it makes you learn about yourself. It makes you find out some things about, you know, you as a player, what you are as a team, and it makes you dig deep. I think MSUB learned a lot from that, adjusted, and it's been showing so far this week on the homestand.
Got to be great to get off that losing streak, too. Just being able to play a little more freely.
Oh, I know the vibes in the locker room after the game on Thursday were high.
Fantastic win over Alaska Fairbanks. 13-point decision for the Jackets. Mid-range 2 was no good. And turning and burning here for Jalen Todd, right-hand side. Down to 1:15 to go. Working up top here for DeWitt. Calls for Johnson. Robinson for Todd. And Todd will bounce it inside now for Cale Robinson. Robinson backing it down, spinning, shooting. No good. Rebound taken by McFadden.
Still have yet to even tie the game, MSUB has. Anchorage has been doing a solid job of just kind of doing enough to hold that narrow lead.
Those chances down low, Robinson had a few early, sunk them early, but hasn't had many since. Anchorage has done a good job adjusting to that. And Tosi floating the mid-range 2, no good. Tight lid for these two teams. Tosi gets the steal. Robinson in some discomfort. McFadden on the putback was no good. Tosi on the rebound again. Shot clock's dead. Ibbotson steps in, shoots, no good. Rolling off the rim. And Jalen Tott going for the rebound. A lot of contact on the sideline. An absolute mess of a play right there.
Calling that last possession a mess was an understatement. Looks like Robinson either caught like the ball to the face or maybe a finger to the eye. Hope he's okay.
So the final 9 1/10. Jackets are going to have the last shot if they choose. Johnson from the corner for the lead. He hits it. Brendan Johnson gets the Jackets the lead at halftime.
Talk about a great time to hit your first field goal of the game. Brendan Johnson has been looking for some momentum out there. Couldn't have picked a better opportunity to find it.
What a way to end the first half. A defensive stand and a huge three-pointer from Brendan Johnson. That'll take us to halftime. Join us 15 minutes from now. Second half action. Welcome back to Ontario. It's Jim. Second half, just a few moments away. The Yellow Jackets picked up the lead for the first time right at the end of the first half. Exactly 3 seconds of game time with the lead for you math wizards out there. That is 0.3% of this game that they've held a lead.
Yeah, it was an interesting first half. Anchorage holding on by, just kind of a few points all the way. It never was more than 2 baskets. MSUB stealing it back late. But, for such a hot shooting start, there was about a 9-minute stretch towards the end of that half where there was just 9 points.
Offense definitely, it definitely hit a little bottleneck for certain. Brendan Johnson maybe getting off the schneid a little bit, had a quiet first half, but a couple of free throws went in for him. That 3-pointer late. Let's see if he can get it rolling.
Yeah, Jalen Tott leading the Jackets with 8 points so far. As a reminder, he's now just sitting 10 away from 1,500 career collegiate points.
Absolutely. We should see him cross the 1,000-point mark as a Yellow Jackets later this season. Still a handful of games. Plenty of time to do that.
Yeah, he's sitting at now 962 points as a Yellow Jacket.
And second half underway. Alaska Anchorage going to have the first possession. Bishop Tosi bounces inside. Great feed there for Hassan Harrington. Jesse Steins going no look.
Going back to what worked so well for them so early. We mentioned Hassan Harrington and how well he was moving off the ball early. Another great backside slip there.
Nice feed up top. Cale Robinson spinning, shooting off the glass and in. Second verse, same as the first. Anchorage scores first. Cale Robinson answers. The only difference is the Jackets have the lead.
Nice change of pace if you're a fan of the home team.
To be certain, another great feed. Dylan Barrientos puts it in. A lot of contact there.
Man, Dylan Barrientos is a heck of a player, and he showed that there with a super athletic play.
And Jalen Tott going to pick up the foul there. May have been a little push there. I'm not wearing stripes, but Jalen may have got caught on one there.
Yeah, but another heads-up play by Harrington, who's starting off really well to begin the second half.
Now backing it down is Tosi going over Robinson and in. So Anchorage points on all 3 of their opening possessions. Good enough for a 3-point lead. Robinson into the lane. Up and good. Cale Robinson just doing it by himself on that one. We're going to see. This is going to send him to the stripe.
Be just the first set of, not set, but it'll be the first free throw by a Yellow Jacket not named Brendan Johnson.
And no luck on the 3-point play there for Cale. So the 1-point difference stands. Anchorage 33-32. Fairly low scoring affair by Jacket standards as well.
Yeah, it's definitely been a defensive duel between these two teams so far.
Burstyn was no good on the fade. So Tott with a couple of quick fouls here to open the second half. None in the first half, so he's not necessarily in danger of fouling out. Don't want to see those pile up for him, though.
Yeah, definitely not the name you'd like to see pick up 2 quick fouls.
And now Barrientos for Burstyn. He'll get it back. 5 to shoot. Works it out. Steins. 1 on the clock. Got to shoot. Patience pays off for the Seawolves. Jesse Steins from mid-range. 3-point lead for the Seawolves. And famous left hand. Great feed all the way across for Jalen Tott for 3. Just a bit too much on that one. And possession's going to stay with the Jackets. No, it is not.
That was a close one. Definitely just a game of whose fingertip got on it last, but really ideal start to the second half here for the Seawolves. We've kind of reversed course after MSUB caught some late momentum in the first.
Absolutely. Was thinking that the Jackets would continue to ride that, but Anchorage has done a great job kind of reversing the course here. Steins for three was no good. And now Robinson drops it off for Jawan Todd. He'll get it right back. And now for Jalen far side. Coming all the way around, famous left hand. Nice pump fake. Sold his man deep two, no good. Rebound tipped. He got it back now for DeWitt. Todd pump fake. DeWitt left hand deep two again. No good. Got his own rebound again off the glass and in.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. First one doesn't go. Second one doesn't go. Third one, just right. Nice hit there by famous left hand.
Patience and persistence for famous left hand. Jackets again within one. And Barrientos for Burrison from the corner for three. No good. Cale Robinson getting up for that one. Going quick. Spins it back. Cooper DeWitt. Stop. Pop. Three. No good. Robinson nearly had the offensive board. Instead, it's Tyler Burriston. 35-34, under 16 to go.
Tyler Burriston been a bit quiet since those first two big shots he hit. That was one of those guys that we said needed to take the step up in this one. Haven't heard his name in a while.
And Steins losing the handle. Out of play. First time out of the half. Left hand, Jalen Tott, Cale Robinson, all with 8 points apiece. Depth scoring on display for MSUB this afternoon. For the Seawolves, it's Tyler Burriston and Jesse Steins with 7 points apiece. Burriston, he was looking like a bit of a problem there. He hit those couple of deep shots, cooled down a bit, and that may just be a testament of the Jackets tightening up defensively as well.
Yeah, he definitely found most of his success early when MSUB was kind of a little lax, leaving some angles, leaving the lanes open, but really after the Jackets made some adjustments following a timeout, he quieted down big time. As we sit,
again, Jalen Todd just 10 points away from 1,500 for the career. Certainly not out of his reach to score 18 points in a contest.
And would be just kind of the perfect exclamation point to what's been a really cool scoring accolades weekend here at MSUB. Obviously, last game, famous left hand crossed the 15,000 point mark for his career, and on the women's side, you had two players cross the 1,000 point mark at MSUB in the same game, in Courtney Nelson and Aspen Giese, which was just really cool.
Along with Deani Boyce, the first trio of Jackets teammates. All 1,000 points with the program. And throwing up a prayer ahead of the shot clock was Tyler Burriston. No rim violation, Jackets ball.
Just another play where MSUB's defense forces a poor quality shot late in the shot clock.
And now Jalen Tott working back to his left side. The interchange with Johnson. Now for Jawan. Johnson for three. That's good. Brendan Johnson maybe starting to wake up a little bit. Now 9 points in the contest.
Perfect interchange up there by MSUB, confusing the defense, and Johnson popping off on the wing there for that one.
So the Jackets a 2-point lead, their largest of the contest, hitting the three for Dylan Barrientos, right back to the lead for the Seawolves.
I think we got a couple of lead changes so far in the second half. Almost another one there.
And Johnson on the rebound there. Now Todd all the way to the glass. Blocked. Great back pressure there from Jesse Steins.
Really good recovery there by Steins. That was a big block.
He swings it out for Barrientos. 3 again. No good. And now Hassan Harrington straight away working around for Barrientos. Dylan Barrientos spinning away from DeWitt, fading on the 2.
And what a spin move there by Barrientos, who's now the 3rd Seawolf to score 7.
And now Jalen Tott finds Jawan. Pass inside, looking for Cale Robinson. Barrientos picking up foul number 2. Pardon me, foul number 4 for him this afternoon.
With Anchorage still looking for an offensive spark, Barrientos has been the guy here the last couple of minutes, not the player you want to see in foul trouble.
Cale Robinson trying to drive it all the way through. It's in.
Second and 1 opportunity of the half for Robinson, who becomes the first Yellow Jacket in double figures. What a finish.
And buries that one. So the Jackets back even, 40 apiece, 13 and a half to go. And Ibbotson pass inside here for Lentfer. Sloan Lentfer off the glass and in.
Man, Coach Fennelly and the bench really wanted a travel call there. Didn't get it, but good play there by Lentfer. Making a nice post move.
And Robinson going to drive it again. Spinning away from Lentfer. Off the glass and in.
It is Cale Robinson's world right now, and we're all just living in it.
Welcome to the Robinson Show, ladies and gentlemen. And Harrington swings it out for Ibbotson for 3. No good. Jalen Todd on the rebounds. Long feed finding Robinson in stride. He's good. Cale Robinson has taken over this contest here in the last few possessions.
Putting on a show. He's not tracking as close to score as many points as he did on Thursday yet. We were on career high watch there. He ended with 26, career high 30. But man, what a difference he has made for the Yellow Jackets to begin the second half.
Absolutely huge, and what a pass from Jalen Todd. I don't know if Jalen had a football background, but some of these passes made me feel like he could be a quarterback.
I mean, when you're as good an athlete as he is, I think he can do just about anything.
Again, getting up for another rebound right there. And he's going to drive it in himself off the glass. No good. Turning and burning. Here's Zach Ibbotson. Trying to lob it out. DeWitt tipped the pass. Still rescued there by Tyler Burriston. Burriston going right, shooting the 3. Nothing but the net there.
And with the Jackets hitting 3 of their last 4, that is the response the Seawolves needed. Great hit by Burriston.
All right, fans, it's time for tonight's Billings guys half-court shots. Please welcome to the court, Katie Beebe.
So now the 1-point difference with a half-court shot coming here.
You ready, Katie? Anytime. Let's hear it. It's up. Oh, nice try, Katie. And thanks so much for playing. You're still going to win. Nice tap, courtesy of Billings guys, your locally owned and operated technology.
So we hit on it. Robinson quickly taking control of this contest. 15 points now in the game. On the other side of the table, Tyler Burriston and Dylan Barrientos each with 10 for the Seawolves. Famous Left Hand and Jalen Tott each with 8.
It'll be interesting to see who steps up here down the stretch for both teams. Obviously Robinson with the big start to the second, but MSUB is going to need a couple of guys to step behind him. And between the Tott and Left Hand, just 2 points here in the first, 8 and change. Brendan Johnson's starting to make an impact. Hopefully you see him keep doing that. And then for Alaska Anchorage, Barrientos with 10, but he's at 4 personal fouls. Somebody's going to have to start hitting shots behind Burriston if he ends up exiting the game.
We've seen it throughout the game. The Jackets obviously have been close quite a lot. We've seen them exchange some leads here in the second half. But the Seawolves always just hit another big shot to either keep it close or grab the lead back. Just not letting the Jackets really get any kind of comfort level with the lead.
After just one lead change in the first, coming right at the death there's been 7 lead changes here, and we're not even halfway through the second half.
Back and forth we go. Cale Robinson interchanges with Jalen Tott. And left hand, Jalen. Back for left hand. Robinson all the way around. Tott for 3. That's good. Jalen Tott, first points of the half.
Jackets sucking in the defense there with a little high-low post move. Left Jalen Tott open on the opposite wing. Nice hit.
And just like that, he's to double digits. Now 7 away from 1,500 career points. Tapping that one away. Might have a fast break. Couldn't reel it in before it went out of play.
And there's a lot of things you can say about Jalen Tott, but I think the most impressive is he does every single thing 100%. He just tries so unbelievably hard out there.
He does, whether it's rebounds, we see it right there with the steal attempts, trying to take those passes away. See him make some unreal passes. We've seen him make plenty of insanely good shots in his time as a Yellow Jacket. Just doing a little bit of everything. I feel like you could say that for a lot of these guys today, though. I mean, Johnson with 9 points, 5 rebounds to his credit. DeWitt leading the team in assists with 4. A couple of steals between Jalen Tott, Cale Robinson, and Jawan Tott.
Well, and that's the thing about this team and the kind of player that really succeeds under Coach Luke Fennelly. You can't just be a scorer. You can't just be an offensive weapon. You have to be able to do it all and give your all on both ends of the floor. And MSUB's got a really solid squad of guys who are willing to, lay it all on the line, no matter where they are at what point in the game.
Just about set to get back to work. Ferris Kasem, Cale Robinson, famous left hand, Jalen and Jawan Tott on the floor for the Jackets. I may be wrong. I still don't think there has not been a minute of this game that Jalen Tott and Cale Robinson haven't played.
You would be correct. They have not left the floor. And kind of sneaking in behind them there. There's only been about 2-3 minutes of this game that Cooper DeWitt hasn't been touching the floor.
And shot no good. Front of the rim there for Zach Ibbotson. Going quick here for Jalen Tott. Getting up, getting it away, tapped in, second chance for Cale Robinson.
And one, number 3. Look at Cale Robinson.
Great play initially. Jalen adjusting in midair, trying to get that one to sink. Robinson, great job to follow that up. And doesn't connect on the and one.
He's been on fire from the field, though. He's shooting 7 of his last 8.
Absolute lights out. Jackets to a 4-point lead. 3 is up, no good. Kept in there by Jalen Tott.
Maybe a little unnecessary. I don't think that caught a defender or anything, but...
I believe you're correct, but Hey, if you got the hop, show him off, I suppose, eh?
Looked pretty fun.
Nice pass inside there from left hand. Robinson trying to back it down, was tapped away.
Foul number 1 for McFadden. About the only way you can stop Robinson right now is fouling him, but even then, that's not working.
It ain't working. 3-and-1 opportunities. He's still making it stick even when he's getting contacted. Todd to Todd. Jawan into the lane. Inside the foul line. No good. That one's out of bounds off the shot clock.
Jawan Tott still just about the only Yellow Jacket yet to score that's seen a lot of extended time. Still making his impact felt in other spots, though.
That's the thing with him. There's nights he can go and put in some points offensively, but a lot of the stuff he does, it's not necessarily points-wise where he's appreciated.
He's just one of those guys that's a perfect team player.
Absolutely. Famous left hand, deep 3 on the pop, no good. And a little double team here on Barrientos. Both Tots trying to take that one away. Fouled. Hard work there from both of the Tots trying to get that turnover.
Foul ended up on Jalen there, so worth keeping an eye on. That's foul number 3.
Definitely don't want to see him get to a 4th. Certainly not a 5th, but just keep that extra one in there. And shallow 2 on the putback. There for Parker Kroon. His first points of the contest get the Seawolves back within 2. Famous left hand. Drops it off for Jalen Tott in the feet. Still pulled it out. Got it out for Cale Robinson. And they'll need a little moment to reset there. Robinson off the head fake in off the glass.
Little sloppy to begin the possession. Yellow Jackets lucky to keep that one, but Cale Robinson bails him out there.
That possession was lemons, and Robinson made lemonade for sure. And Jalen Todd crossing the half-court line. Drops it off for Ferris Kasem. And now left hand moving left. Spins it back for Jalen Tott. 5 to shoot. Tott steps in, floats on the 2, no good. McFadden on the rebounds. Out for Barrientos.
Good defense there by the Seawolves. We haven't seen the Yellow Jackets forced to really throw one up late in the shot clock that you don't love, but that's really one of the first opportunities they've had to do that.
And looking like foul going against Jawan Tott there. He didn't look like much. Tott might have a gripe on that one, but again, not wearing stripes.
Yeah, I don't think he loved that, but when you hustle as hard as he does, you're going to pick up a couple of fouls, but that's why you have 5.
Hazard to the trade. As we said, 51-47, just over 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Cale Robinson certainly has been the story of this second half, up to 19 points, 9 for 12 from the field. All 32 minutes of this one. Cooper DeWitt sitting at 26, Brendan Johnson at 23, and Jawan Todd at 22.
Yeah, the Jackets have found the 5 that's been working for them this game, and they've been rolling with it.
Sitting with a 4-point lead. Again, trying to pick up their second straight win. Ended a 5-game losing streak back on Thursday against Alaska Fairbanks in decisive fashion. 13-point deficit decided that one.
And what a big weekend it would be for MSUB to, play that Uno reverse card here. Struggling a little bit, but the opportunity to, come home, find your mojo again, and pull out 2 wins would be huge.
Absolutely, especially in the GNAC. I mean, they're certainly not out of the race for the conference tournament, and a couple of wins in a row could really take them from near the bottom of the conference up near that middle of the pack toward the top.
And as every coach will tell you, this is a whole conference is just tough from top to bottom.
And the Seawolves cash in there with Sloan Lentford.
Yeah, but there's going to be a whole mix of teams kind of fighting for those like last 2-3 spots, and MSUB is really hoping to be in the conversation.
And now famous left hand straight away now for Jalen Tott. Back for left hand, has a lane off the glass. No good on the put back again for Cale Robinson.
Maybe a double tip from him there. Maybe a little luck. I thought it kind of deflected off the defender too, but great job by Cale Robinson.
Tapped away there by Cooper DeWitt. Nearly stolen. Barrientos there to keep it for the Seawolves.
Hands and lanes once again. That's what MSUB's been so good at since that adjustment in the first.
And McFadden now down low. That one stolen away by DeWitt. Going quick. In off the glass.
Unlucky not to get the steal the first time. Cooper DeWitt ready to take advantage of that extra opportunity there.
He was begging for them to give him that look again.
Oh, that's one of those where you could tell he was frustrated he didn't finish with the ball the first time.
Fouled there on the way up is Luke Johnston. It's amazing. The Jackets had a 6-point lead, and it feels huge right now.
Well, that's been the biggest lead of the game for either team so far. Really hasn't been too much separating them. Fairly even across the board. Really, the difference has been MSUB's had 4 free throws, and Anchorage is just hitting the line for the first time.
Hitting the line with Luke Johnston. Now 1 for 4 on the season from the stripe.
Not sure if they're going to look at it there. MSUB definitely thinks that somebody entered the lane early.
And the inbound for Juwan Tott all the way up. DeWitt back for Tott, now into the lane. Spins back, lobs it in. Cale Robinson in off the glass. Looked like he thought about dunking that for just a fraction of a second.
I think Cale Robinson might have heard me when I said he wasn't tracking for his career high. He's to 23 now.
If the math tracks, that puts him 7 away from a career high, new career high. And Seawolves possession, baseline inbound, stop pop there for Tyler Burriston. It's good. The Seawolves again taking a big chunk out of a deficit. Famous left hand moving to his right, drops it off for Jalen Tott. Back for left hand, nice pass there for Tott. Little pump fake, gets into the lane, lays it in. Maybe not exactly how he drew it up, but it went in.
Jalen gets him jumping. Pump fake, opens up some room in the lane. Great drive.
As the clock bleeds under, 5 minutes to go. Jackets 6-point lead, and they're going to take possession here on the ball out of play.
That play right there may be the perfect example of how MSUB's defense adjusted on the fly. First couple minutes of the game, that was an open basket, but great backside defense forces a turnover.
The ability of this team to adapt to different looks and different situations throughout the season has been huge. There's some things that maybe get lost when you lose 5 consecutive games, but this team is always resilient and they always adapt. And Cooper DeWitt straight away, 3. Front of the rim, no good. Robinson tapping the rebound, back for Jalen Tott. And going to settle it down. You got the fresh shot clock, no need to rush.
Yeah, you got an opportunity here to get the biggest lead of the game.
Long feed, Brendan Johnson nearly.
He somehow almost banked that in from the corner.
That's what it looked like edge of the backboard and still got the inside of the rim. And Ibbotson for Harrington. Nice bounce feed for Tosi. Opportunity taken away by Robinson.
Great ball movement there by the Sea Wolves to get that one inside. Nothing to do there if you're Robinson but foul.
At least make him earn it.
Exactly.
First one for Tosi was no good. On the season, shooting a shade under 66% from the foul line.
Not a ton of opportunities from the free throw line for either of these teams today. You can't waste them.
Seawolves now 2 for 4 from the stripe.
Looks like they're transitioning into some kind of press.
Got to try to keep the Jackets from taking time off the clock if you're the Seawolves. I mean, now under 4 minutes to go. Every point the Jackets score obviously hurts, but every second that ticks off the clock hurts too.
They're a team that knows how to turn up the pressure. MSUB's got to be ready for it.
Robinson shooting the 3, in and out. DeWitt on the rebound. Great job. Johnny on the spot there for Cooper DeWitt.
Another heads-up play from a guy who's just so good at doing the little things.
And again, fresh shot clock. You can settle it down a little bit. And now Johnson back out for Tott. Going right, fading on the 3, in and out. Now 3:10 to go. Ibbotson going with pace. His pass out of play.
Good move in the lane there by Ibbotson. A little unlucky that his teammate trailing wasn't quite ready for the pass.
And the lead still stands at 5. Jalen Tott 5 points away from 1,500 for the career.
He is going to, if he doesn't get it by the end of the game, he is going to be very close.
One important thing to note, Anchorage is in bonus territory. Any foul is going to send them to the stripe with a 5-point lead. That could certainly make a difference here.
And really from top to bottom in this rotation, MSUB's got good free throw shooters. There's not really a player who's going to see the court for the Jackets down the stretch who you'd really prefer to send to the line.
Again, still tracking the numbers. Jalen Tott, Cale Robinson have not come off the floor in this game. I couldn't tell you the last time a pair of Yellow Jackets played the entire 40 minutes.
I think you might have to go back 2 years ago to the duo of Carrington Wiggins and BJ Shabazz.
That sounds right. Yeah, those two ate a lot of minutes a couple years ago. And DeWitt kept the ball, nearly tapped away there by Johnston. And Jalen Tott gets through, puts it up and in. Jalen Tott going to head to the stripe.
He is a magician. It is magic the way I don't know how he contorts his body, keeps his balance. Might be yoga, might be Pilates, I don't know.
Whatever it takes. And back of the rim again for the Jackets, just not dropping from the foul line as usual. Usually Tott's one of those, just automatic. No such luck that time. Now 2.5 to go. Jackets the 7-point lead. Zach Ibbotson trying to twist away from Jawan Tott. And now Burriston, nice feed. Couldn't tell if that first chance opportunity was blocked or if he just missed. Didn't matter, second chance in.
I think that one went up off the bottom of the rim, but great heads-up play to follow it up, get the second chance points.
And the Jackets again maybe settle the pace down. Now under 2 minutes to go, you have a 5-point lead. No need to rush. Robinson trying to twist it inside. Tosi going to pick up the foul right there.
A lot of contact. That was tough. Good job by Robinson to at least get the look up, but Jackets have 6 seconds left on the shot clock here.
And Tott for Johnson, catch and release. Maybe trying to catch the defense napping just a little bit there.
Johnson did a good job of selling it. I definitely didn't think the ball was going to him, but they got it in right away.
Not often you see an inbound go to Brendan Johnson, and that's no indictment of the type of player he is. It's usually just Cale Robinson or Jalen Tott.
This could be big here. Nice set of free throws from Barrientos to try to cut it back to a one-shot game.
In and out. So it remains a 2-possession game in the traditional sense, unless, of course, you sink a 3 and get fouled in the process.
Talk about a worst-case scenario, what that would be.
Absolutely. Robinson nearly got the steal.
Almost got the steal, but instead he gets the foul. That's a big one. I think that's been 3 in the past minute called on MSUB, and it's going to put Anchorage right up where the next shot's going to be at least one of ones.
Kind of tough sledding. I mean, when you consider the lack of calls in the first half, having them pop up right now, final 2 minutes of the game.
Well, all you can do here if you're MSUB is just focus on the next thing, and you got to get a basket here.
Move on to the next possession. You still have a 2-point lead.
And as big as a win this would be for the Yellow Jackets, it would be just as big for the Seawolves. Again, this is a team that's looking to get off a losing streak of their own, and they've had some opportunities where they've just struggled to finish the game. But what a momentum swing for them that a win would be here for their season.
Absolutely, especially considering, I mean, prior to this losing streak, they were 3-1 in conference play.
And they're still a tough group. As we said, they've been competitive in all of those games. Head coach Rusty Osborne isn't just one of the best coaches in the GNAC, but is a really good D2 coach. He's got a unit every year. They're always ready to compete, ready to play. And they've been showing it here today. They've been giving MSUB a really good fight.
And Jackets timeout completes. Cooper DeWitt for the inbound.
We'll see Anchorage in that full court look again, probably looking to create some traps. A turnover and a quick basket would be big for them.
Absolutely gigantic. No reason to intentionally foul yet. And getting the steal is Luke Johnston. Seemed like there was a lot of contact there on Jawan Tott before he let that ball go.
But the defense does exactly what it needed to. That's exactly what they wanted to happen. Created some pressure in the corner. Don't know if the pass slipped out or if he just kind of second-guessed it at the end, but wasn't a strong ball. created a loose ball in the middle and a great heads-up play to get on that one and then call the timeout.
So this really flips the script. I mean, for Anchorage, you're going to get this possession and realistically at least one more. This changes the complexion for sure. The Jackets, you need a stop here. That would be ideal.
Not only do you need a stop if you're MSUB, though, you need to get something on the other end. There's no worse lead in basketball than a 2-point lead.
Don't want to see this, all this hard work they've done this afternoon end in a loss because of a 3-pointer right at the end.
Yeah, just got to take care of the ball. You got to avoid mistakes like that last one. And then the big deal is you can't let anything up from the perimeter, especially if you get that basket late.
So 1:19 to go. 28 on the shot clock for the Seawolves. They trail 61-59. And long inbound for Barrientos.
We'll
Again,
see who gets the look here. I'm curious. My anticipation is it'll be Barrientos or Burriston.
you would think Burriston right now fading to the foul line, in and out. Robinson on the rebound. And again, fighting through a lot of pressure to get that whistle finally. That's going to send him to the stripe.
And that was kind of an ideal look for Anchorage there. They got Burriston in the post one-on-one to make a move. He got the look he wanted, and it nearly went in. Just couldn't get the bounces to quite go his way.
So now Cale Robinson with a chance to really put this thing in a stranglehold for the Jackets. Certainly. No.
Just unlucky. He's 1 of 4 from the line now.
Tough looks for the Jackets from the line. Had a chance to give him a 3-point lead, maybe a 4-point lead.
Instead, you're giving Anchorage the ball back with time.
Now under 50 seconds to go. Jackets still with the 2-point cushion. Barrientos deep 2, no good. Rebound taken down by DeWitt. Out for Johnson. Brendan Johnson got to get across half court. Foul. Does he let the pass go? That's going to send him to the line.
And the Jackets are very happy that one got called. I think he definitely got hit on the arm in the pass, but if you didn't see the foul, that pass was offline and out of bounds.
So 38.3 to go. Johnson has had the best luck from the line. 3 for 4 this afternoon. All right, 3-point lead.
Get him back to 50% from the line. As you said, uncharacteristic shooting night from there tonight for MSUB.
And Johnson sinks them both. Those are 2 gigantic points for the Yellow Jackets.
He's had a couple of those big clutch moments, swung the lead at the end of the first, and look at him there, potentially sealing it.
Barrientos straight away drops it off for Johnston. Luke Johnson's pass tipped away, taken by Cooper DeWitt. Up ahead for Brendan Johnson by himself. No good. The rebound put back. Believe we got the foul call. Johnson looks to be all right. Took a rough ride on that one.
Yeah, it went down a little awkward. It's always scary when you get hit up in the air like that. Nothing malicious or intentional about it. You know, Anchorage has just got a foul, but
sure. It's a risk of the play. Cooper DeWitt. Another big steal. And with that,
yeah, you'd hope that one seals it. Anchorage is going to be hoping for a miracle.
tough miss there, but a 5-point lead, ticking under 15 seconds to go. Ibbotson for Burriston for 3. It falls. He looked all sorts of off balance on that shot, still made it work.
Well, when you're a player like Tyler Burriston, you can hit those looks. Talented guy, great shot there. Anchorage needed something, and they needed something quick, and now you still got almost 11 seconds to make something happen.
If you foul, I mean, you can give up one and still have a chance to tie. which unfortunately for the Jackets, unless it's Johnson shooting, it just hasn't been there from the line. In fairness to Jalen Todd, he has only had one chance. He's 0-4. Worth noting, too, on that last play, Dylan Barrientos is fouled out.
Definitely a big loss. It's been him and Burriston hitting the majority of shots, only two guys in double figures, but those are kind of their go-to scorers now with no Evans. So really, you're going to need somebody to step up if Burriston can't get the ball.
So certainly expect a quick foul here from the Seawolves.
Kind of said earlier it was pretty hard to pick a Jacket to foul, but anything goes right now.
And in for Johnson. He's the one you want to take it. Right with a nice over-the-shoulder catch right there.
Fitting over-shoulder catch on a play where MSUB set up like they were running a football. Some
They
kind
really
of like
did.
a route tree there.
A little bit creative. It worked out, though.
And I don't know if Anchorage has seen a look like that this year. It's kind of hard to know what to expect when you got all five guys lining up on the baseline.
Johnson again gives him the 3-point lead. Second one drops.
Like Brendan Johnson has been stepping up in big moments all year for MSUB, and he did so again today.
Now 13 points on the afternoon. Anchorage is going to use a timeout with 8.2 to go.
You don't need any kind of specific basket here if you're Anchorage. You can take a 2, you can take a 3. Coach Rusty Osborne's going to look to draw up something, but whatever it is, you got to score it quick, and you got to get the ball back.
Certainly, quick hitter, get a foul. At this point, you got to believe they're going to inbound for Brendan Johnson. If you're the Seawolves, you want to foul anybody but. Now he's 7 for 9 from the stripe.
Yeah, and if you're MSUB here, the worst case scenario, don't foul. I mean, you obviously don't want to give somebody a chance at a crazy 4-point play.
Jalen Tott sitting 3 points shy of 1,500 for the career. Doesn't seem likely at this point, but you never know.
And it would have been just so cool to see him get it here on home court in this game. As you said, the odds aren't looking too likely, but he'll have another opportunity next week.
I would expect he'll have that mark fairly early in that game against St. Martin's, barring something very odd. Of course, St. Martin's, one of the top teams in all of NCAA D2. Jackets are going to have a tough test here at home next Thursday.
It's a team MSUB's familiar with beating, though. They were ranked when they came in here last year on Senior Day. I think it was number 7 at the time. And the Yellow Jackets sent them packing, picking up a huge win, not just for getting over a ranked opponent in their regional hopes last year, but it was also a huge win to help the Jackets clinch that GNAC regular season title.
And we're set to get back to action. 8.8 to go. Inbound for the Seawolves. They still have a timeout in their pocket. Quick touch there for Ibbotson. No good. The putback. No good. Johnson taps the rebound out. DeWitt. Ibbotson shoots. That's good. 8 tenths to go. The long feed for Jawan Tott. That is gonna. Clock is not running. They're gonna have something to sort out.
I think they're just going to call that one ball game. Kind of a scary moment there when it didn't run. Not sure why.
Expecting to hear the buzzer, and the buzzer never came.
But you know what? MSUB will take it. It's not about hearing the final buzzer. You still get the win.
Huge win for these guys. Hard fought. I think the kind of win this team could really benefit from. They got a huge win over Fairbanks on Thursday, obviously, but a tight win. Now 2 in a row gets you feeling pretty good with St. Martin's coming in here on Thursday.
And there finally the buzzer goes. But yeah, just such a big win. I mean, this really could have been a scary weekend. If you drop them, MSUB could have lost 7 in a row. It could have been really debilitating for their hopes at, like, not just making a regional, but maybe even making GNAC championship. But now you're 4-5. There's a lot you can go from here. You're at home again next week for 2 games. This is a big opportunity for the Jackets to, build on this momentum and really kick off the second half of conference play in a really impressive way.
Chance to get that record back above 500 in GNAC play for the home team next week. As we wrap it up, reminder, the Yellow Jacket women are going to hit the floor against these very same Alaska Anchorage Seawolves coming up in just over half an hour's time.
And if you're a fan of high-quality basketball, that is going to be a game to tune in for. 2 of the GNACs and D2's best. MSUB ranked 20th in the national coaches poll, and Anchorage is sitting just outside in that one, ranked in the media and top of the GNAC. It'll be a big signature win for either team.
That's going to be an exciting one coming up here shortly as we put the finishing touches on this one. Kale Robinson, 23 points in this outing. All 40 minutes played for him and Jalen Tott. Tott with 15, Brendan Johnson with 14. All in a day's work for these guys. Double-digit games. Nothing out of the ordinary. Tott with 7 rebounds as well. And that's going to do it for us as we wrap it up here at Alterowitz Gym. Women's action coming up here in just under half an hour's time. We thank you for joining us.